What is perfectly legal, but creepy as hell? Hanging out in a public bathroom, timing how long people pee. Using the urinal next to me when there were plenty of other choices. Going on a vacation with your fiancé only to return home alone and immediately lawyer up and not answer questions about their whereabouts. Edit. Rip Gabby. A national newspaper having a countdown for when a child actress becomes legal. For 6 answers to questions that will surely come. Yes, The Sun. UK. Emma Watson. Calling your child sexy. Right up there with moms who don't seem to understand that their son is not their boyfriend. What kind of weirdo threatens their son's spouse, girlfriend with the line, "The first tits he loved were mine"? Technically, you can stand on the sidewalk and stare into someone's house through a window. It's not illegal as long as you stay off of their property, but it's really freaking creepy. When I was a child, we had a creepy, horrible neighbor that would harass my family constantly. One of the things he did was stand at the corner of his yard and videotape me playing in a pool with my friends. We were around 8. My parents called the police but were told that it's legal if he's on his property. Edit. This was in the US and 20+ years ago, so laws might be different by now. Parents using their kids for money. Example. YouTube Kids channels. My dad is currently in an injury case against his old job. There's been a car outside his house filming him for the last couple months trying to catch him doing compromising things to disprove his injuries. That's very creepy. In some states, it's actually legal to take upskirt pictures with your smartphone, as long as they are wearing panties. Super creepy as hell. I only know this because a judge ruled a guy innocent for doing just that because of a law that was worded a certain way. No clue if the law has changed to include upskirt pics. Using a laser rangefinder to ensure you stay outside the effective radius of a restraining order. Nobody is saying you can't eat a banana terry, but you can't just stand on a street corner for 30 minutes and suck on it. You have to actually take a bite. Family YouTube channels. Parking across the street from an elementary school with binoculars. Technically not illegal, but you definitely get the cops called on you and make the news. I believe the act of cannibalism itself is legal so long as you didn't murder anyone to do it. If your homie gives you his arm to gnaw on, it's fair game. Hanging your doll collection from the trees in your yard using string made from human hair. Dating a girl you adopted once she turns legal age and not in your care. Sitting next to someone at a public transport even when there are other seats available. Sniffing the hair of the lady who fell asleep on the train. Paparazzi. Trying to make your kid's social media famous. Facing the wrong way in an elevator. Leaving a piece of your body behind for your future generations. My great-great-grandpa did this by having his skull revoked and turned into a goblet for his daughter, my great-grandma. Lasted about a few years before someone stole it. Media outlets. Typically disguising it with comedy. Putting up. Turns 18 on. Countdowns for child actresses. Natalie Portman was 13 when she got a countdown on her local radio station. Frocks Sake, Mary Kate and Ashley were like 4 on Full House when they got their countdown. Following someone. It's alright guys, you can stop following me now. Sitting on a lake bed at night with a rebreather and no flashlight. It's technically legal to check if a door is locked, as long as you don't enter without permission. Edit. Depending on where you live, this could apply to both houses and cars. Edit. You won't find any laws permitting this activity, but laws associated with it are generally based on circumstantial evidence or rely on proving the suspect's intent. An arrest may be likely, but proving intent is difficult, and charges might not stick. Results may vary in your precinct. Child beauty pageants. According to the FBI, performing anginal examinations on 6-year-olds during gymnastics training, at least for a while. This one hits close to home. A good friend of mine lives in a major East Coast city. As a single woman, she is extra cautious. She was the victim of a known local Instagram celebrity this weekend. Basically, this guy follows people, guys and girls, around and records them. When they get annoyed and tell him to stop, he gets more and more obnoxious, trying to get a reaction. He is careful not to cross the legal line for stalking, etc., and does it in public. So be expectation of privacy. He then posts the inevitable freakout online. I'm not going to share the page. My friend made the cut, because I don't want to grace this troll with the page views. Payday loan companies. Those weird kid clothes that are like, I suck mom's boob, or something. I found sit like that at Spencer's and thought it was frocking gross. Those little kid beauty pageants. Awful. MLMs. though I think they'll be illegal soon enough. Edit. MLM as in multi-level marketing. I can go put up a camera with a giant lens and set it up to take pictures every 30 seconds while pointed at a popular playground full of children, while I also fly a drone taking pictures of the same playground. The act of taking pictures in public is not illegal, even if the subject doesn't want their picture taken. It's how the photos are used that determines if permission is needed. And as long as I'm using it for my own weird, creepy personal reasons rather than trying to publish a book of them or put them in a movie, then it's not illegal. Of course, this only applies in Canada and the US. Other countries may have different privacy laws, and you do need the appropriate drone license. But I could still do it all day every day. Memorizing the age of consent in every state or country. Child brides in some parts of the world. WTF is wrong with people? In some states in the U.S., a rapist can sue for visitation of the child born from their crime. Owning a collection of children's teeth. Purity balls, dances. That's it, where girls pledge their virginity to their fathers until they are married. EU. Sifting through someone else's garbage bins. Cops and collection agencies do it all the time to gather evidence. It's perfectly legal. As the bins are on the street, which is public, you can even turn it around and do it to the cops. They'll still try and throw the book at you, of course, but it's legal and the courts have ruled as such. Update. This got popular. So it's CYA time. Please check your state's laws on this beforehand. They're all different. And some might supersede the SCOTUS ruling mentioned by Adambi the gorilla. Stalking someone doesn't have enough legal repercussions. Staring into someone's window from the street to watch Jeopardy on their TV because your frocking mom canceled cable when she found your vape. Puppy mills are backyard dog breeders that breed any dog with a genetic issue that affects their health or quality of life. Signing up strangers' addresses on the Jehovah's Witness website. High school teachers dating students immediately after they graduate. My old boss who asked out my coworker. She was 18. He was 38. I later learned he was hitting on her before she turned 18. Company fired him, but refused to ban him from the store. She had to quit. Corporations influencing government via donations and the non-stop revolving door between the two. 1. Fossil fuel companies are preventing any real kind of progress to carbon reduction targets. 2. Pharmaceutical and medical companies blocking healthcare reform. ISPs storing internet connection records. ICR. Secretly filming young girls at a public beach. I saw a guy get busted by the cops and they just had to let him walk away because it's not a crime. Father-daughter purity balls, dances. I know in some places upskirting, taking pictures up a woman's skirt without her permission, is still somehow legal. Saying that two little kids would look great together as a couple. Anonymously leaving a watermelon on your neighbor's doorstep every Friday night. Taking advantage of your kids' talent. Child celebrities. Parents are often guilty of this. Marrying your aunt or uncle. Robocalling the shit out of you with spoofed phone numbers every few minutes. Lawyers who spam your mailbox when you get arrested for a Dewey or some reckless driving charge. A grown man giving expensive gifts to a teenage girl he's not related to or particularly close to. I came across this ask after reading a post where a woman said her husband gave their neighbor's daughter a $300 bracelet without discussing it with her, and the vibes were super creepy. Technically not illegal, but hella pedo vibes there. Edit. The price was $300, not $3,000, though still creepy. Anyone wanting to read the story? Someone posted a link below. Family YT channels. Harassing someone through people. If you call the police or try to make any sort of protection order, they never actually contacted you. So there's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how many flying monkeys you have to fight off. A big, fat, hairy middle-aged man wearing just a Speedo hanging out at a park eating pudding. Clowns driving in traffic. Dating stepfathers once they're not stepfathers. Edit. Spelling. Thanks Couchmaster007 for correcting me. Our WA president using a drone to spy on the houses in our neighborhood.